A huge shakeup for the game streaming industry as Mixer announces it is shutting down. Let's jump right into it. This is Game Biscuit. And welcome to Game Biscuit. My name is Nick, and very serious story coming out yesterday. And when the news initially broke, I had thought, well, maybe I'll go ahead and do a video last night as it was rapidly developing. But decided to take a little bit more time to kind of see things from different perspectives, not just the big news, which is that Mixer is, in fact, shutting down. An announcement was made via a tweet that went out recently, yesterday, kind of afternoonish in my time zone, which announced that, in fact, Mixer is closing down and will be shutting down its service on July 22nd. This is from TheVerge.com. And the big move here is that instead of just shuttering completely, they are essentially offering a partnership with Facebook Gaming. So what'll happen is any streamer who is already partnered with Mixer, or an affiliate or what have you, the equivalent of that with Twitch, will have the option to move over to Facebook Gaming, but with the same perks, and what they're saying is that they'll try to make it as close as possible to what they would get over on Mixer when they move to Facebook Gaming. And we'll get into just in a little bit that doesn't really seem to be what the popular opinion is in terms of what people are actually going to do that are affected by this closure. It says that Phil Spencer says the Mixer community is going to benefit from a broad audience that Facebook has through their properties, the abilities to reach gamers in a seamless way through the social platform that Facebook has. It's a lot of just corporate talk coming from Mixer's side, so I'm not going to really delve too much into the official statement because I think that the reactions from actual streamers and the sentiment that actual streamers have is far more important when we're looking at the big picture here of what's happened. Now, I will spend a moment here to say, yes, we can talk for a second about the big streamers, such as Ninja and Shroud, because that's the first thing everybody talks about is, oh, they signed, a $30 million, or something like that. There was tens of millions for both of them, contracts to go over to Mixer and stream there exclusively. And that's fine. The news is that they've been released from their contract. They've been bought out from their contracts by Mixer, and now they're free to go back to where they want to go with, whether that be Twitch, Facebook Gaming, or what have you. It's sounding like it's probably going to be Twitch. Time will tell. But the real story here are the people that were actually impacted by this. And the first group of people that were impacted, obviously the employees of Mixer. Now, Mixer was no stranger to controversy, especially on the staffing side, as just recently there was the story that came through in the middle of the big outburst of the Me Too kind of string of allegations against popular streaming personalities and YouTube personalities as well. But it did come out that there were some major allegations of racism against one of the higher-ups in Mixer. So there were a lot of streamers that were boycotting the service, and it actually just started to come back from that boycott and to then only to discover what had happened. And they found out along with everybody else, really, from what I've seen. The employees didn't really get a heads up, hey, this is what we're going to be doing, or we're in talks with Facebook Gaming. They pretty much found out when the tweet went out. So that is what we know about Ninja, Shroud, and the others. Yeah, they're going to be probably going back to Twitch. It's just a matter of time, I think. But we will find out more about that soon. But the real casualties here, besides the employees, for me, are the actual people that were making Mixer their home. This has been around for over 3 years now. Initially, it was called Beam. It was then transferred over and called Mixer, and became a big part of the Xbox and even Windows kind of streaming platform thing that they had going. And a lot of people, they had the built-in integration with Mixer to make it, if you wanted to stream on your Xbox, make it very simple to do so. So this is definitely news that people really didn't see coming, and I'll actually take you onto Mixer's website here. And this is what I'm talking when I say, I don't think people are going to be moving over to Facebook Gaming. The first thing that I did when I heard that this was happening was, I got to get on Mixer and just see, on the ground level, not the big names, but the partners and even the smaller streamers, what is their reaction to this, and are they into the idea of Facebook gaming at all? Most aren't. I couldn't find a single person that has been. And if you look here on the screen, you see that all of these partnered streamers, or at least ones that are featured on Mixer's homepage, I can't find a single one talking about Facebook gaming. Right here, Captain Robert, Twitch TV. A lot of people are just putting up this splash screen that shows their URL for where they're moving to Twitch TV. When I tuned in, the top streamer was actually in the process of setting up a Twitch account. But here we go, right here, twitch.tv, twitch.tv. Nobody here is linking to a Facebook gaming page. And so the fact that Mixer had this partnership with Facebook, I think Facebook thought they were going to make out like bandits on this deal, but it looks like it's just everybody just kind of giving the finger to Facebook and moving on over. Now, I can understand why this is, and I will say this. So Facebook gaming, I don't know if you've actually spent any time seeing what they're about, but there's a big problem with Facebook gaming, and that is that you have to have a Facebook account to really utilize the service. You have to have a Facebook account, like a regular social media account that includes your full name. You have to have the profile picture. And when you are a streamer, you can then create a gaming page that is connected to your profile, but still has an alias and that kind of thing. But you still have, the Facebook has that connection to you, right? But it's even worse as someone that watches the streams, because you can't just go and make an account that's linked to an email address like you can with Twitch or Mixer. Instead, you actually have to link it to your Facebook account, right? So when you go on there and you chat with a streamer, it's going to show your full name, it's going to show your profile picture. Everybody else that's chatting sees that. So any hope of anonymity that you have with Facebook gaming is completely gone right from the get-go. And I think that's a big, but besides the interface, and I'm finding a lot of other smaller things I could nitpick about, but despite my opinions on it, you can see here on that compliments of Skill Up YouTube on Twitter, this infographic, which shows the changes that we've seen in the streaming industry in terms of hours streamed per platform compared to April in 2019 to April of this year. We have for Twitch a massive increase. Can you believe this? 1.4, almost 1.5 billion hours watched in April 2020, almost a 100% increase. Now, these numbers are definitely an anomaly in the sense of course, there's a pandemic going on right now, and nobody is really able to leave the house or shouldn't be leaving the house as much. So definitely in April, you would have had a lot more people that are in front of screens that would have been using these services that may have used them less or not at all before. So that put aside, it still stands to reason that, look at what happened to Mixer. Twitch, 100% increase. YouTube gaming had a 65% increase. Now, Facebook gaming had a huge increase, and I'm sure that they're very happy about that, 238%. But I really question, with the privacy issues and just the notoriety that Facebook has for being a company that sells your data, how high that ceiling is, or how low that ceiling is. I think there was definitely a big advertising push to try and get people over to Facebook gaming and to leverage the audience that they already had through their original social media platform. Time will tell. But, I mean, the numbers don't lie. There is a huge uptick there. But I don't think any of that uptick is going to continue its momentum because of Mixer's closure. As you can see, though, Mixer was absolutely stagnant. 0.2% increase, which is just, it's flat, while the whole industry would actually increase 100% between all of these providers. So the numbers speak for themselves. And I think that the sudden announcement here, it either Mixer was going to go all in, Microsoft was going to go all in with Mixer before the unveiling of their Series X hardware coming up in July, and more importantly, how they were planning to have it integrate with not only the xCloud, but also Mixer. And the fact that they had thrown all that money at Ninja and Shroud, and they still were just stagnating in terms of overall viewership. Again, the numbers speak for themselves. So them trying to kind of position themselves away from Mixer, it makes sense. It doesn't make it any less tragic for the people that are involved. I saw streamers that it just broke my heart. I mean, they were in tears because the news came to them as they were streaming, and they felt very disrespected by, hey, we're going to let you know in a casual tweet that, hey, it's over. Mixer's done. So a lot of different angles, a lot of different perspectives to look at this through. But I think that it's clear that Microsoft wants to use xCloud as their big streaming thing. And I believe there was an article that did mention that they're planning to keep that tech from Mixer for themselves. It's not like they're selling it off or giving it to any other company. So it looks like xCloud is going to be the streaming thing for Xbox in the upcoming information that we get in July. So normally I'd have more than one story for these biscuits, but this is such a major story, and definitely one with a lot of impact and implications for the streaming community as a whole, that I wanted to really focus on it and kind of look at it from a few different perspectives. Again, my heart goes out to all the people that are affected by it, and the people that spent the last 3 years or longer, well, not much longer than 3 years. It started in 2016, but building a community and really believing in the platform, and people went there because they wanted an alternative to Twitch, and they liked what Mixer had to offer. And it did have a lot of creative ideas with its currencies and the ways that you can interact with streamers in chat. I really hope that Twitch takes notice of the fact that so many of these streamers, despite the Facebook gaming offer, are still coming to their platform, and hopefully will offer something equivalent to what Facebook gaming was going to offer them, to just being a little more hospitable to the people that are being displaced right now, as this is legitimately some people's income. It's not just the employees of Mixer. There are people that it was big enough for them on Mixer that was their job. So definitely need to try and support them as best we can as they make that transition over to Twitch. Well, that's going to do it for today's Biscuit, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll have more gaming news and updates and commentary coming your way real soon. That's the Biscuit, everybody. Thanks for watching.